Okie dokie. So, hello everyone. Welcome to Racoons News on this day, the 13th of the 5th, 2023. So, it's been quite some time since we've had a show on this channel, and it's been a difficult time, I think, for everybody. Um, I was thinking about running a little show last week, but I just thought like it only been a few days since Jay's ceremony. I just thought like no, we'll probably leave it for another. We'll probably best leave it for another week and let the dust settle just a little bit. So um, I can see already we're having issues here with the stream. Rumble is not playing ball, and I know what's going on with Rumble. I know what's going on, but at the moment I can't do fuck all about it. Like so because I don't have the stream keys for anything. So I can't do fuck all behind the scenes, really. At the moment. But like we can at least have a show on YouTube, and I think we're also streaming live on Twitter. I think we're going out on Twitter. I just picked the first three that I could think of, like so YouTube, Twitter, Rumble. So Rumble is still not working. I don't know what's going on with Rumble. Um, I have an idea. Uh, yeah, I'll remove Rumble from the destinations, and it's asking me to stream to somewhere else. Where else do we? Yeah, maybe. Look, no, to hell with it. We're just going to be on YouTube and Twitter for tonight. I can't be dealing with all the bullshit. So, yeah. So it's like, what the fuck am I doing here, man? What the fuck am I doing here? But I'll just say hello to everybody who has decided to join us. Spanish, of course, can't join. Yeah, how you doing, Spanish, bro? I know you'll be checking out the recording afterwards, because Spanish, obviously, he's going off. He's got some sort of a floozy down in Cornwall that he's got to go see tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So so he can't be here tonight live. So greetings, Spanish, when you do check in with live broadcast. And all I'll say is thank fuck you're not here. How you doing, Regina? And yeah, not sure if you'll be awake in an hour. That's okay, Regina. If you can't stay up late, that's okay. Like, this is an ungodly sort of an hour to be doing a stream. I know it's not like the normal. It's not like normal. Like usually 9:30, right? So um, but at the same time, things have hardly been normal for some time now, and it's like all the norms have been broken, really. So, and obviously, I was going to do a show last night, like but I just got home late from work, and I was really tired and hungry, and but tonight seems like a really good night, and I think Kenta was saying that, like, I'm in competition tonight with the the Eurovision, or should we call it Tranny Vision? I don't even follow it, like but I can well imagine it's probably going to be Tranny Vision this year. So, so Eurovision, I can't stand it, man. Can't stand it. So I don't watch it. Don't follow it. Didn't even know it was on. Hadn't a clue. So, how you doing, Mascara? And thanks for joining. And Trisha, how you, Trisha? Um, so Trisha said, "Nice to see a show back." Yeah, we're back for now. I have no idea what's going to happen, Tricia. I really have no idea. But we're back for now. I think the goal will be 666. That's going to be the preliminary goal. Because obviously, like, Jay always wanted to end the channel off on 666, right? That was his goal. And he just, and we were so fucking close. We were so close. Just, we were within 4 shows, 666. And I doubt he would have ended it. Like, I doubt it, like, myself personally, that he would have ended on 666. But I can see why the idea of 666 might have sort of appealed to him and stuff. So, it's just a pity he didn't make it this far to see the 666. And I'm starting to wonder, like, 66, ominous number. I said, what the fuck? Well, I even see the 666 if we try to make that a goal. I'm starting to wonder, I said, holy shit, man, I might fucking croak it next, just like before we even get there. And then who's going to finish the fucking job? So, but anyway, yeah, it is. It's good to see a show back. I've had trepidations about coming back on. It's been, Trisha, to be honest, it's like, to be doing this without Jay is just seems so weird. It's not a position I actually envisioned myself in. It's really not. I mean, I know Jay had a lot of time off over the last number of months, like with so-called illnesses, which I might get into in a little while, but but there was always this thing in the background where he'd be back, like, so to be here now without him, like, and knowing that he's not going to be back is it's just weird, man. I have to say, I don't know what to make of it. How you doing, Mascara Snake? No sound, no sound. Really, really, is there no sound? Nobody else seems to be saying. I'll just check my settings just to make sure that. Yeah, I've got audio showing here, so perhaps just check your browser, mate. Or yeah, check your audio settings, Mascara. Everything looks okay at this end. How you doing, Soul South? Looking cool. That's interesting. How you, JJ? Nice to see you here, mate. And Kendo, how you doing, Kendo, mate? And thanks for putting the shout out earlier on to the crew. Let them know that there is something going on. Fair play, bro. Fair play. How you doing, Rick? And with Paul Lawton, how you doing, Paul? And we have Regina, Rick, Sosa. Everybody's chatting away there. And let's see. I'll fast forward. How you doing, you being? Nice to see you back. It's actually it's nice to see everybody back in a way, to be honest. And Newbing has sound, and I got a 5x5 from Kendo. So yeah, no, I know that I fucked up there a couple of weeks ago, like, and Rob had to come in and save the day. It was like it was one of those things, and Rob had to come in and save the day and let me know that there was no sound, and it was so fucking weird because I had everything tested beforehand, and but obviously there is a problem with my little machine here, and it's got to do with the sound card. I think there's a short. I think there's a short in the audio output, and that's what I think is going on. I do have to keep a close eye on it because it happens from time to time, like, where I'll just lose audio and I'll go and I'll shut the system down. I'll shut it down and I'll reboot and I'll do all, and I still got no sound. And it's there's just something wrong with the little connector. So I need a new sound card anyway. I definitely need a new sound card. That's for sure. So, but I just have to keep a close eye on it, just to be certain, But it seems to be working tonight anyway, thankfully. So Mascara saying I accidentally muted myself and didn't catch on. Look, bro, it happens to the best of us. Like I think last night I was watching shit on fucking PooTube. I think I was watching some chess stuff, and next thing you know, the audio went down, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck is wrong here. It was working just a second ago, and for some reason, I shut everything down, booted back up, and there was still no sound. For some reason, I muted all the audio. I don't know how the fuck I done it, man. I have no idea. Still no idea how the fuck I done it, but I muted everything. Um, so I don't know what the fuck happened there last night, But anyway, thankfully I had the wherewithal not to keep battering away and go down some sidelines to see what was fucking wrong on the internet. Thankfully, I had the wherewithal just to check the audio settings, and it just turned out that like everything was just muted, and that was all that was fucking wrong. So, but anyway, it was okay because I needed a reboot anyway. It was like, so it all worked out okay in the end. How you doing, Paula? How you doing, girl? You well? Good to see you, sun kissed. Yeah, I've been getting a bit of sun now, that's for sure. And it's great to see the sun back, isn't it? I have to say. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. I'm just looking outside now, and there's still a small little bit of light, and we're approaching 22:11, and it's amazing, right? I just love this time of the year. Absolutely love it. And I know I like winter too, like, but still at the same time, it's it's one of those things. Just love this time of the year. I'm a winter baby. I am a winter baby. I'm a November baby. So, and I do love those dark winter evenings, like where you just sit back and just relax and you just nothing to do. Just sit down and enjoy some videos or play some games or do shit, man. Just relax in front of the fire. I love the winter. I really do. So video is new being is saying video is kind of pixelated, although I changed setting to highest possible quality, but I can't see you. Unfortunately for you, new being, you can still see me, but yeah, the video is pixelated, and I think that's more got to do with the incandescent light. I I have a feeling it's probably more got to do with the because I've got an LED light just over there somewhere, and I think the LED light just makes it a whatever. Like, but then again, I don't know what it could be the camera, but I have the camera set on pretty good settings, but it always does come over a little bit pixelated. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's not you anyway. It's just suffice it to say that it's not you. So you should be okay. Don't be running around seeking solutions to problems that don't exist. Right? It's like, don't worry. I've done that myself so many fucking times. Sometimes we just love to create problems for ourselves, and sometimes the problem is not us. Hey, you Denny, how are you doing, bro? Are you well? And so saying hottest day of the year down on the coast. Yeah, well, I'm hoping for a good year this year. I'm hoping for a good hot year, hopefully. But it does. Everything is still a little bit late, though. It seems to be a little bit late getting going. I've noticed a shift in the seasons over the last couple of years, where it's like everything just seems delayed by a few months, easily a few months. Like it's like there is a shift in the seasons. How you doing, John? Are you well? How did Jay's send off go? I'm not 100% sure, but I'll get an update for the next show. I'll get an update proper. I think Danielle was going to take some photographs or stuff, so I'll get in touch with Danielle and see if we can get some photographs to share. But I'm pretty sure it was a somber day. It's like you know what it's like, man. It's like it's never easy saying goodbye. And Rob was there. I think Rob was meant to go, so. Maybe Robert has an update. I didn't get to see Robert's show, but I actually picked up on Rob I did call into the after show, but I didn't pick up on the show. So maybe Rob shared something on his channel about the from last Tuesday. Check out Rob's channel from last Tuesday. Maybe he'll have something on it. Like would that be right? So anyway, we'll see. I'll see if I can get an update for you on that. Like some stage. But where was I? Can't fucking remember now. I'm rambling, fucking rambling. Yeah, so South. I do. I miss him terribly. Like it's just we just feel so awkward here. This is Jason's spot, man. This is his spot. Like how the fuck can you replace Jason, man? It's like weird. You know, he was the heart and soul of this fucking channel, man, for donkey's years, and like you know, and I don't think it's possible to replace the man. To be honest, if I'm to be honest with you all, it's like I don't think it's possible to replace him. Like so, but at the same time, there is a family here, and there seems to be an interest in keeping the family together. So I don't know what we're going to do, peeps. I really don't. Um, to be honest, like I have no problem pushing on to the 666, which was his dream of finishing up on. I have no problem to push on to there. But as to what happens after that, like, I don't know. And I'm going to leave it up to you to extend the family to decide what happens to the family at the end of the day. Um, I'm pretty sure we can work shit out, like. Yeah, John, I'll keep the legacy going. I suppose we could do that, I'm up for it. I'm up for it, like, but at the same time, it's like everybody here had a special relationship with Jay, It's like I just stepped in fucking a year ago to fucking help him out a bit. I never thought I'd be here. I really never thought I'd be here. It's like just, it wasn't part of the contract, right? It wasn't part of the contract. No, you weren't supposed to fucking die, you cunt. It's like fucking hell, man. You were supposed to be here. He's supposed to be here helping me fucking now. But anyway, he's here in spirit, I suppose. At the same time, he's here in spirit. But I suppose over the next few shows, maybe we can butt heads and we can maybe decide together what we're going to do next. Because, to be honest, it's not something I can decide on my own. To be honest, I really can't. I know we all have meetup points outside of Raccoons, but not everybody goes to those meetup points. So I guess for the majority of the people who listen to this channel, probably don't go to the other meetup points. So um, I will be sort of like expecting that everybody sort of like have a say, and I don't know how we're going to sort of organize that. Everybody's going to have their say. I have a kind of an idea of what we're going to do. Maybe Denny is saying 666, then wrap it up, Jimmy. My take, buddy. Yeah, that that has merit, Denny. Yeah, that has merit. Um, I'm not opposed to that. Not opposed to that at all. You being saying 666 in Swedish is sex, sex, sex. I'm moving to Sweden, you. Honest to God, I'm there. I'm getting my fucking ticket now because I need some sex, sex, sex. You can tell Summer's here. She's so perky. Yeah, she is. She's getting a bit frisky there, isn't she? I knew it was a good title for tonight's show. Absolutely, I knew it. Denny is off sex. Pull the other one, Denny. You're not that fucking old. I was taking a look at John is saying now. I was taking a look at the archive. There's been some great guests on. I'm sure. Maybe get a few of them back. Yeah, perhaps we could sort of like reopen the old 9/11 stuff and maybe take a look at the old flat Earth stuff. And like, that's not my fucking scene at all. Although I can do it, but it's like, fucking hell, man. I don't know. I don't know if I could talk about fucking flat Earth shit, man. Or maybe we could get Max Egan on or Max Egan. But I don't even know who I want to talk to anymore, and that's the truth. It's like I've heard all this shit before. I heard it all before. It's like been listening to this fucking crap, all of it, like for fucking 20 odd fucking years now, and 25 actually, probably getting closer to 30. And I've listened to the same stuff Jay has listened to, researched those fucking rabbit holes, and I'm at the stage where, and me and Jay were in agreement on one fucking thing, and that was we don't even know who the fuck. I don't even want to talk to anybody. And we were kind of in agreement with that. I don't even want to talk to most of those cunts anymore. It's like fucking, we've heard it all. Heard it all. Yeah, yeah, the flat Earth thing is just so fucking boring, man. It's like just I'm tired of fucking psyops, right? I'm just tired of it, like and uh, you know we've been there. Like I think those of us who have been into the conspiracy stuff for the longest time. We've got loads of people just joining into the conspiracy field just now, like, but those of us who've been in it like for the last 25 years, I think we now understand that we were the first test subjects in the PSYOP, right? That's that's the way I see it, man. I was one of the original fucking test subjects and used to be involved in all the bulletin boards where all the fucking main topics were being discussed and got going down those rabbit holes and just exploring all those avenues of fucking research that leave you running round and round and around in fucking chaos, chasing your fucking tail, looking for the truth. But the truth was never there. And I get it now, we have this sort of like innate want to know the fucking truth. But when you don't have all the fucking facts, you will never know the truth, and the truth of the matter is, like, a lot of the topics that were being discussed over the last 25 years, 9/11, fucking flat earth, fucking globe earth, um, you fucking name it. You name any fucking topic, all a goddamn psyop. And it's there to keep us fucking busy and keep us chasing our goddamn fucking tails and leave us in a situation where we don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's exactly where we are now. The interesting thing is that, like, the psyop has gone on to a totally new level, absolutely new level in the last, I suppose, in the last 7 to 8 years. Since the arrival of Trump on the scene in America, I think the psyop has gone on to a whole new level. They've really ramped it up now, big time. The COOF being the fucking absolute pinnacle of their achievement, like, and what a psyop, like, what a fucking psyop, like, honest to God, you couldn't make it up. You really couldn't make it up. It's like, um, and I'm not saying it wasn't real or was real or whatever, but like, just think of the optics. The optics were just amazing. Like, you had the whole population of the globe just obsessed with one particular topic. Like, and that would be the goal of the ultimate LARP, to get the whole population obsessed with a topic. Like, but at the moment though, like, we have more than one topic. John is saying, have you heard of Christopher Birkness? He's an author and historian. He wrote 5 books exposing. Yeah, Bertness. He's a mad racist. Like he's a mad racist. Like But I've listened to his stuff, John. Don't get me wrong, and some of his stuff is quite compelling, especially when it comes to looking at certain particular topics regarding certain religious fanatics that like we shouldn't talk about here on the poo tube. So I won't go there, but like yeah. He's certainly a colourful character. Yeah, and he appeared quite a lot on your man Stu. No More News. What's his name? Oh God, can't think of his fucking name at the moment. No More News, anyways. But yeah, they're mad racists, but still, some of the research is compelling. So I wouldn't write him off, because look, at the end of the day, we're just after finding out in the last couple of years that, like, oh, it's okay to support the NAZI in Ukraine when it suits the purpose, So, what I think about the optics of that is it's like, what are they trying to fucking tell us here? Are they trying to tell us that the NAZI weren't such bad dudes after all? Hmm? I don't know. I don't know. Just spitballing here. Just spitballing. um, Regina is saying a lady astrologer said that the Earth is round, flat, hollow, like an eyeball. The Earth is the pupil, and the iris is Antarctica white. Yeah, the Antarctica having been the iris. That's interesting. Yeah, possibly. I don't think we have all the information that we need to be able to make clear that maybe there is a pathway into the center of the Earth in Antarctica, for all I know. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to find out, because I was thinking about maybe we could crowdfund some satellite technology. Maybe we could sort of like build our own satellite and get it up there, and let's see for ourselves what the fuck is going on. But we probably might violate a few FDA rules. I don't know. We could probably end up all in jail, sitting in the gulag, because we wanted to figure out what's the real truth. I don't know. But yeah, that's an interesting astrologer. The Earth is round, flat, hollow, like an eyeball. Earth is a pupil, and iris is Antarctica white. Are we sure Antarctica is white, though? It could be photoshopped. I don't know. Kendo saying women have willies apparently. Denise just say fuck him. Fuck him. Yeah. Yeah, well, this new breed of woman with Willie it's quite interesting. I was um I was watching that story in Scotland, up in Scotland. I think it was some dude. He was participating in a multi. It was a game with multiple age groups. So, like, there was probably mature children, some adults maybe, and some younger children. And this dude, I actually must get the story up, because it's quite fucking nuts. Actually, uh, bear with me for a moment, because I didn't actually make a whole lot of preparation for tonight. I just said, "Well, fuck it, let's go live." And so I didn't even fucking put together a show, which I probably should have done. But anyway, I didn't. So, but let not let that stop us. And I'll see if I can make this goddamn software work. So yeah. So I got this publication. I just started following the post millennial. I mean, it's all right. They put out a lot of shit every fucking day too, but it's kind of cool. It's not a bad site. It's so basically what we got is We had a female field hockey player sustains neck injuries after playing against a trans identified male in Scotland. McDonald's presence on the women's team prompted a lot of raised eyebrows, one spectator said. So basically, there's the cool little filly in question. Isn't she a fine babe? Um, I think maybe she should have a shave first. But yeah, definitely I could see she has potential, right? She has potential, she could be a fine thing at some stage. Just get rid of that 5 o'clock shadow around your chin there, and I don't know what else you could do to fix that, but yeah, it's got potential. So, uh, so the biological male playing on the women's mixed age field hockey team allegedly injured a young female opponent at a match earlier in Scotland. Greg McDonald, who goes by Anna, he definitely does look like an Anna. I have to say, definitely looks like an Anna, probably an Irish Anna, maybe. So, was identified by Redux as the transgender player in question. So, while the specific date of the match and information on the opposing team had been withheld for the protection of the underage player, well, I have to say, like, if you were going to protect the underage player, well, maybe you shouldn't make them play against uh, male testosterone driven. I have to be careful. I have to be very, very careful how I word things because, you know, because like on YouTube, like, and I've made this mistake in the past. If you say anything really, really touchy about the TGs, right, about the transgenders, you just like you can run into a fucking strike really, really easy. And that's not the purpose of reaching 666. Like, if I keep on track, right, we can reach 666 in about 4 weeks, right? Because I think we're on 662 at the moment. So I think we can do it in about 4 weeks. And if we start running into strikes, it's going to take us forever to get to the 666. So I'll just be careful how I say things. But this McDonald, right? He moved like a rugby player. I could just imagine, like, and this probably a 12-year-old or probably maybe even 9, who knows? He probably throttled her. Like, I could well imagine, like, taller and more masculine than anyone else on the pitch. So, anyway, that was just one of those stories that was just coming across there during the week. Like, this beautiful girl here. And I have to say, fine thing, fine thing. Just a pity about the beard, pity about the beard, and maybe a little bit of lipstick might help. And definitely does look like it might have played a bit of rugby in its time. And I'm not sure what this picture is supposed to depict here, if this is the team. But as you can see, as I'm seeing there, I can't get any closer to it. Like, but yeah, it looks like there's mixed age groups there of all sorts of ages of girls. Some of them look kind of like 30-ish. And oh, there's Anna there, the fine thing. And some of them look quite young. So anyway, that was just one of those crazy stories that I came across just a few days ago. And while we were on the tranny stuff, right? But at the end of the day, I tried to keep an open mind myself on the tranny story, and I kind of see it as a bit of a larp myself. I just can't take it seriously. I just can't take it fucking seriously. It looks like a distraction for the masses, right? To me, it just looks like a distraction for the masses. I'm just like, fucking hell, I can't be taking this shit seriously, man. Yeah, great. So, and I mean, like, it's not like cross dressing is anything fucking unusual. It's like it's been there forever. It's been there forever. The army is sort of like all the armies of the world are sort of like that's their mainstay. It's like it's always been a thing. Like you think back, like Klinger, Klinger and Mash, and he was like the local cross dresser. It was so funny. Like it was actually so fucking funny. Like so, I don't have a problem with it. Like and and my thing is like, you got all this promotion of the tranny agenda. It's like, and do you know what? It's not fucking real. We shouldn't really be taken it seriously at all. It's like, I think we have to look at it in terms of like it's a story, a narrative that's been put out there to polarize people and to keep them busy and keep their minds occupied while there's a lot of fucking shit going on in the background, right? A lot of major geopolitical stuff going on in the background. So it keeps people well away from that and keeps them sort of involved in nonsensical fucking issues, man. Sort of like the tranny agenda. It's like, it's like can't take it seriously at all. But anyway, but at the same time, that McDonald case from Scotland sort of like did tweak my height. It's just like, I don't mind them. I don't mind them playing these psyops. I really don't. I think it's pretty cool that that they have this imagination thing going on, and that like, yeah, they've got this ability to polarize people and sort of like tweak them and poke them and prod them. Okay, right, let's feed them the tranny agenda. That'll get them fucking thinking. That'll get them move. I don't have a problem with that. Like, but I do have a problem like with the psyop coming onto the football field, in especially with children. It's like, we have a child here like suffered a neck injury, and that's not good. It's not good. It's like, play your fucking games, but don't hurt children. It's like, it's like, just be a little bit more careful, be a little bit more careful with what you're doing here. And look, play your games, play your psyops, and work away, because those of us with a fucking with a brain won't be paying any attention to it, like, and the ones that are going to get triggered, that you know they deserve everything they get, man. It's a non-issue at the end of the fucking days. It's like the migration issue. It's a non-fucking issue, but still, it's it's front and foremost at the moment. Like, but it's at the end of the day, it's all orchestrated, it's all planned, it's all managed, and the same as the tranny issues are managed. It's like it's it's a game. They're playing a game. It's a psyop, goddamn psyop. So, um, but anyway, unfortunately, a poor child there suffered fucking consequences and managed to get her fucking neck hurt, and which shouldn't happen, really. It's just leave the kids out of it. But then again, we know what it's like when we're at war. When countries go to war, they don't give a fuck. Adults, children, it's like, anything fucking goes, man, and that's just the way it fucking is. And so let's see if I can catch up on the fucking chat here before I go too far down on the tranny issue. Deliberate confusion, wasted time by Mick Cage. Yes. Regina's saying, anywho, whatever the earth is, it ain't going to help our distress. I'm sorry that you're in distress, Regina, but I know it's fucking, we're in dire times, and we have to I suppose, like, we do have to sort of like try to step above all the fucking negativity, because I have to say, Regina, it's like we're constantly being pushed with fucking constant negativity. It's like pumping at us every day in, day out, media everywhere. And you know who the worst are? The alt media. The alt media are the fucking worst. And Tucker Carlson, I have a bit on Tucker Carlson. We'll get into him in a little while, but and I haven't planned the show. I haven't planned anything, but I have Tucker Carlson. I saved him there a number of days ago because he says, this might be interesting just to throw at you, it's like, in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, it's important that you keep fucking grounded, feet on the fucking ground. Don't buy into any of the negativity if possible, and do something to fucking counter it if you are feeling negative, like, which I do have to. I struggle with this shit all the time myself too. And it's just sometimes I just find it so hard to just pick myself up and fucking get out and do fucking something, man. And you know what? It helps. It really fucking helps just to get the fuck up and do something Just go out, and even if it's only to do a fucking job or two a day, and I tell you what, it really fucking helps, man. Get some fresh air, get some sunlight, get out of the little box, get out of the rooms, get out of the fucking inside, and just get out into that fucking lovely, lovely sunshine and get doing something, get physical. And I have to say, that helps me. That's the only thing that fucking helps me. Like, it actually keeps me going. Because I'll tell you what, if left to my own fucking devices and enough negativity, I would never go out. I never would. I would stay inside all the fucking time, do all my fucking interaction on the internet. It's so fucking safe, man. And and so sometimes for me, the hardest thing to do is to get the fuck up and get out. And I struggle with that. Like, I do have to push myself, I really do. So, but I know it's for the best, and it, it's always worth it just to push myself. Um, so yeah, I think that's what I'll leave that there, Regina. Yeah, I know we're in distress, and our job is to stay away from the stress and not allow ourselves to fall into it, and just be above it. Just be above it. Be aware of it, but be above it, I suppose. It's, you know, this is what the whole psyop is all about. It's just to keep you fucking down, to keep you in the negative, to keep you thinking that there's no fucking hope, to keep you thinking that, like, there's nothing that you can do. But no, there's lots you can do. So, as distressful as it is, it's just a matter of just stepping above it. Maybe sounds simplistic, maybe. I don't know. Maybe too simplistic, but it does help me, it does help me. And I don't even have to do too much. And just to get out just for a few hours, even just for a few hours helps. Although I know everybody's different. Everybody's completely different. It's like, what my solution won't fucking work for everybody else. And obviously some people won't be able to just get up and get out, and just because of maybe they have physical disabilities and stuff like that. And because I know, I think Jay suffered a bit with that, like, been down a leg and stuff like that. And he used to suffer as well too in winter and stuff like that. So um yeah, it doesn't work for everybody, but like, he had his fucking roots. He had his fucking roots out. He had his fucking things that he could do, like, and you know. So even if you are suffering a disability and stuff like that, there are fucking things you can do. So don't let yourself sink into the negative too much, Regina. It's like, and if I was to give anybody any advice, that would be it, because at the moment, the whole goal is to keep you in the fucking negative, right? And we have to avoid that as much as fucking possible. Don't play the game. Just don't play it. And and I've struggled with that every fucking day, because the whole news cycle is getting worse. The news cycle is getting worse and fucking worse and worse. And the worst are the alt media, and and they will drive you to fucking desperation and fucking suicide if you let them. So I've been cutting down on my alt media an awful lot of late. Kenda was saying 20-minute zones and 15-minute cities. And the biggest problem being researched right now. Yeah, I'd agree, because Kendo, because that's basically what they're trying to normalize, is this idea that you stay in your little box, and that's not good for people. It's really not. And people need to be able to explore and to get out and to reach beyond the boundaries, right? And just to explore a little bit of the world around them. And you can't do that if you're stuck in a box 24 fucking 7. So yeah, I can see the logic behind keeping people trapped in those 15 minutes. Yeah, it'd be ideal to keep people like in a little box, basically. And So yeah, we have to fucking resist that shit as best we can. But I can't. You, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot to be said for 15-minute cities. Like it's not all negative, right? It's not all negative. It's like, excuse me, while I get a wee drink. But I mean, the concept itself that where everything is within reach, it's like it's a good idea on a base level. Like, like we live in a time like where everything should be within reach. Like, we have we have the population to support it. Like there are enough people, and like even our local town, everything should be local. At the end of the day, everything should be everything. You shouldn't have to go too far for fucking anything, because we have the ability to create the infrastructure to be able to make this fucking happen. Like, but there is the nefarious side of the 15-minute cities, I suppose, where that like you have to pay to get out of your zone, right? And that's the negative side of it, right? But I think intrinsically, the idea of the 15-minute city is quite cool, actually, in a lot of ways. Where you, if there was something that you really fucking needed, you don't have to go too fucking far for it. Like the school is just around the corner, the church is just there, the pharmacy is there, well stocked. You've got a choice of food stores that you go to. I mean, I think everybody would agree that those things are quite cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, but the idea that you would need a license to go outside of a particular zone, I think that's very misguided. Like, and I don't think it'll happen either. I don't think it'll ever happen. I think that's also part of the psyop, right? Because while I might agree with some aspects of the 15-minute cities, like, and I just think that's illogical, absolutely illogical. But I think we see in China something like that is happening, right? Where, um, but I don't know what to believe coming out of China either. Do you know what? I don't think I believe a fucking thing coming out of China at the same time. But like, we get to see certain things coming out of China where you have to you need a pass, so you need to be fully vaxxed to get in and out of these fucking cities and stuff like that. But I don't know whether I believe that. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know if that's real organic news or whether that's just propaganda. I don't know. It's very, very hard to tell in these times. Very, very hard to tell. So I try not to personally, I try not to fall into the trap of just thinking that like, oh shit, we're all fucking doomed, this is what's coming. No, I'm not going to go there. It's like, no, it ain't over till it's fucking over. So despite what the propaganda around 15-minute fucking cities, and it's very, very wrong, because some of the stuff that I've been seeing going on over in England, was it Oxford? I think there was Oxford, like they were locking off places. And I was watching a video one day of an ambulance, and obviously it was probably an emergency or something like that, and the ambulance was having trouble navigating the little estate that they were in, like, so I think they ended up having to take a route which was not exactly probably the quickest, like. So um for that reason, I don't think this is going to fucking work. It's not going to fucking work. But there's things changing on this fucking planet, like, at the moment. I've been doing a good bit of research into it, like, to be honest, like, what the fuck is this net zero fucking thing all about? And I think we're at a pivotal moment in our history, and I think we're at peak oil. I think we're at peak oil. Basically, I think that's what's happening. This is the push. I think we're running out of that particular resource. And I came across a really interesting video about that there not too long ago, and I might actually get up the transcript on it, like for one of the coming shows, and where a particular PhD, he actually broke down exactly what was going on with the oil and the resources, and this push for for net zero. It's not the fact that like we have to go to net zero to alleviate climate change. The fact is that we're running out of a particular resource and that they need something else to fucking replace it. And this is my take on it, like, and it makes perfect fucking sense, like, because nothing else does. Nothing else does. Like climate change, fuck off. It's like load of bullshit, man. Don't fucking annoy the whole of me with fucking fake issues. Like, are you fucking mad? Are you fucking mad? It's like climate change. Yeah, of course the fucking climate changes. And naturally enough, if you fucking deny it, you're a nutcase. And they're dead fucking right. If you deny climate change, you are a fucking goddamn nutcase in my eyes because climate's changing all the fucking goddamn time. So, you know, it's the perfect fucking psyop, Um, it's like global warming, right? There's been no global warming for 20 odd years, none whatsoever. It's not happening, right? There is no global warming, right? This is not just me fucking spouting crazy fucking lunatic stuff from Godlight Productions or Above Top Secret. This is actual science, man. There has been no warming for about 20, 25 years, none at all. It's a non-issue. So, um, what's the real reason? What's this real push? They're fucked, right? They're fucked. We're running out of a particular goddamn resource, and there's nothing they can fucking do about it. And they haven't got the infrastructure in place, and it's not there. And this guy, this PhD that I was listening to, he was breaking down the amount of rare earth minerals that you would need to take out of the ground just to get the first generation of these alt technologies. He was looking at wind farms and solar, right? He was looking particularly at wind farms and solar. And he was breaking down the amount of resources that you would actually need to extract from the ground. And it was just astounding. I was listening to him. He had it broke down, like he had it broke down as if it was a bank statement. He had it all figured out. Like it was like you would need trillions of tons of this particular million and trillion tons of this particular million, which was more than had ever been extracted ever in the history of human extraction of these particular minerals. And it was like, and this is just for the first generation of these technologies. And it's like that's not going to fucking work. There's no way that's going to fucking work. I mean, if things are this dire, like it might get us out of a spot, maybe get us out of a spot. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I don't know. It's I think we're at a pivotal point in our history, and I personally think that they have new technology waiting to come online. This is just me thinking, right? Just crazy old me just thinking. No, they're not fucking. They're not even going to fucking try to implement this fucking particular policy of the wind farms and the solar, because I'm thinking that they have something all ready to go. It's just probably just needs a little bit of ironing out, like and I think they're nearly there. Like I don't know what it is, whether it's fusion, maybe it's fusion technology. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. But clearly, Tesla was onto something way back in the early 1900s. Clearly, he was onto something. So the technology is there. We don't need anything fucking crazy like fucking wind farms fucking everywhere. We don't need that. I think the technology is there. It's just waiting for the right moment to fucking bring it online. So when they're going to do it, I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see how this battle for the world plays out. Because obviously, like we're in war. We're at war at the moment, and we don't know who's going to win the war. So, but it's interesting times. I'll catch up with the chat here. I bet you I'm falling really far behind. Um, Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How you doing, Michael? I want to say hello to Michael Cossack. Thanks for joining in. Michael Madcock. Sorry. Um, I said hello to John, I think, and Michael said, "I like her beard. She had a sexy beard, didn't she?" Little bit of bum fluff. She had lovely bum fluff. Oh yeah. Good God, this is. I must be way behind the chat. Should I just fast forward? Like I don't want to do a fucking crazy fucking walk through the fucking chat because maybe I should just catch up because I was on a rant there for a little while. Paul is saying, I'm so old, the tranny was a portable radio when I was younger. Oh, Paul, well said. That's so true. Yeah, remember those days. uh, Leeds are making a 2-2 draw with Newcastle United. Is a psyop, Jimmy. um, look, I'm not going to argue with that. Can't argue with that. I don't know. Could be fixed. Could be just a simple fix. But anyway, uh, we're approaching about an hour in, peeps, and I don't know exactly what to do. I was thinking about opening the lines up, to be honest. So Regina's saying, "No, I got a touch of video, but I'm distressed by my neighborhood. They go nuts since 2020. Burn my garden, bang my walls, break my fence, etc. It just want me out. Must move." I remember you telling me about your situation, Regina. That's, I think you need nuclear weapons. Nuclear fucking weapons. I swear to God, I think I'd go nuclear on the little fuckers. Hold on. My cat is swinging outside. The little fucker is probably hungry. Best back in a second. Oh God! Did I? Right, cat sorted. At least he's going to be fed anyway. He wasn't around earlier on, so don't know where the fucker was. Out riding women. So yeah, sorry to hear about that, Regina. Sounds like an awful place to be, and I'd go nuclear on those little fuckers. How you doing, Holden Official and Mick Ramos? Welcome, thank you, Jason, most honest man. Jason, most honest man. I don't know. I'm going to take great umbrage with that fucking statement there. I tell you, I had the. It was a wonderful show that we done with Danielle and Emmy in remembrance of Jason, and I totally enjoyed that show. But they threw a few whammies in there, I have to say. They threw a few whammies in there that shocked me to the core. And a few months back, right? A few months back, Jason was. I got a call from him, right? Well, look, basically, after he visited Leeds in hospital, he came out, and then they all got coof in Jason's household, right? They all got coof, and I had to take over for quite a number of weeks. I done a number of shows. I was several weeks. I was doing shows. I can't remember how long exactly, like but when Jason first contacted me, he said, "Oh, we all got coof," and he sounded like he was pretty bad way, like and stuff like that. So they all got coof. Danielle was upstairs and she's in bits and she's not great, and I'm still pottering around. He was saying, and but I'm not doing really well. And then about a week later, he contacted me again, right? And then he said that oh, really bad, really, really bad. Like, and I had to be revived a couple of times already, like, and and I was in shock. Like, I says, "Oh shit, man, fucking Jason's fucking dying, man, the cunt." And so, and he told me, "Don't tell anyone," right? He says, "Don't tell anyone." And so I says, "Okay, right, right." Right. So I understood the logic, right? Okay, so he doesn't want people to be worried about him and stuff like that. So, right, Jimmy will just say nothing. I won't say a fucking thing to anybody. I'll just tell him he's not feeling well, right? And this was going on for fucking weeks. I didn't hear from him for fucking weeks, right? And and then after a long number of fucking weeks, he came back to the show, and and I was delighted. I was glad to have him back, like, because I was feeling a bit lost without him, like. And then we moseyed on, like, and it was only after he died, and after that show, then last week with, or 2 weeks ago with Emmy and Danielle, or Emmy and Danielle, yeah. And I, I was talking about, I was going down, I was telling about, like, God, we almost lost him as well too, like, and there when after he visited Leeds in hospital, right, and she looked at me and she started fucking laughing. There was nothing wrong with him, she said. That load of bollocks, she says. And it didn't fucking happen, right? He had me convinced that he was going to fucking die, right? He had me convinced he had to be revived a couple of times. The last call I had from him, like, and it didn't fucking happen, right? Didn't fucking happen. And poor little Emmy, she was the same as me. He done the same to her, right? He done the same to her. And he had her fucking worried like fucking crazy as well, too. Because he didn't fill her in on the fucking deal. And she thought something was really fucking serious with him as well, too. So I don't feel alone. I don't feel like I was larped all on my little lonesome, like, but still, most honest man, question mark. Maybe just to be a little bit more precise, Nick. That little bastard, I swear to God, I was so worried for him. I was so fucking worried for him, you little fucker. Can't believe he done that to me, little fucker. So anyway, enough on that topic. But yeah, it's good to get that off the chest. I'm going to fast forward through the chat and catch up because it's not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe rewind just a small bit and see if I missed on anything. Kenda was saying Thetford Council is the tester. They are opposing this using the 1688 Bill of Rights, which Charlie Tree just agreed to 7 days ago. Yeah, loads of things. Did the components for electric car come from 15 minutes away? No, they come from all over the world. People are starting to realize that electric cars are worse for the environment. Yeah, 100%, John. There's yeah, it on a superficial level, like electric cars are kind of like they kind of seem like reasonable until you start to look into what it takes to produce the batteries and the components and all the bits and pieces that are needed to make those electric cars actually work. And if you try to, and this is what I was saying, like about the interview that I was listening to, like with the PhD who had done the research for the European Union, right? He done this research for the European Union. I'll have to root it out. I'll root it out for the next show, right? But when he analyzed how much was actually going to be fucking needed, he was just blown away by it. He said, "We can't fucking do this. This is not fucking possible," you know. And we're only talking about fucking what's needed for the first generation of this technology. It's just like, fuck fucking hell, man. It can't be done. And he wasn't saying that the resources aren't available to do it. It's just like the logistics of what was going to go have to be done. Like, and if you look at any of these rare earth mines in China that like extract the components for the batteries alone, and the minerals and stuff needed for mobile phones, and you look at the devastation and the destruction that's left behind from the extraction of these rare earth minerals, you just think this is hardly worth it. Like, it's this, I know we're supposed to be. I thought we were all heading towards this carbon neutral environment, and we're going to start taking care of the environment, like, but this is the plan. He says, no, that's doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Kendo saying the water level won't rise if the icebergs all melt either. That is a fallacy. Um, well, Kendo, it depends. It actually depends, I think, because from my understanding of the melting of the ice caps, if the ice in Greenland were to melt, or up at the North Pole, that ice wouldn't make a difference to sea level rise. Global sea level rise. And the reason being, most of that ice is over water. So the ice is already in the water. And as that ice melts, it's not going to make any difference to the overall sea level rise, because that body of ice is already in the water. It's got weight, and it's already in the water. So as that melts, it's and the ice pack reduces, it's not going to make any difference to the overall global sea level, right? Whereas if we were to look at the Antarctica, from the research that I've done, a lot of the ice in Antarctica is basically over land, and that would have some impact on the overall sea level, because of the fact that it's on land. So that does make a big difference. So it depends which ice we're talking about. So, you know, I don't know how significant it might be, but look, a few meters. But look, how long is it going to fucking take? We'll all be gone. Our children will be gone. Our children's children will probably be gone by the time it really makes a goddamn difference. And if it's part of a natural cycle, what fucking difference does it make, really, at the end of the day? You know, chances are it is probably a natural cycle. So, anyway, I try to keep an open mind. I used to buy into all this fucking climate fucking change crap. Well, not that I bought into it, but it's like when I worked with Sean McGee back all those years ago. He was a bit of a climate activist, not so much climate, like his field. And actually, do you know what? I might actually give him a call and get him on and see what's happening in on the nuclear front. Like, an interesting chap, like, But I was exposed to an awful lot of these people who were on the climate side of things, and the climate change, and fucking the carbon is going to kill us all this fucking shit. I got a lot of exposure to it, even though I didn't totally buy into it, but I was listening to a lot of the key arguments and stuff like. But at the same time, though, I was lucky enough to actually take a look at the other side of of the argument. So, and while I didn't totally buy into it at the time, when I looked at the opposing side of the argument, that it was potentially just all made up, all crap, all bullshit, another fucking psyop, I had to change my views, like, and so I did put a kind of a little bit of more better perspective on it for me. Like, if I were just naive enough just to go along with whoever was saying fucking what, like, I probably would have committed suicide fucking years ago. And thank fuck I didn't. I'm glad to be here now for the current psyop. I'm glad to be here for that. Like, so, because like, all that negativity, it's not good for the head. It's really bad for the fucking head. Really, really bad. And it's not somewhere where we want to be. Like, we're not supposed to be in that sort of state of negativity all the fucking time because it's really, really bad for our health. It's bad for our minds, bad for our health. And that's all this fucking fear porn does. It just drives us fucking nuts. It makes us goddamn crazy. And no wonder, no wonder fucking shit's going fucking bad for a lot of families. Like, I don't know, I can't count on, you couldn't count on two hands the amount of families here in Ireland for alone who have just committed suicide and taken the whole family out, like husbands fucking killing wives and children and taking themselves out, wives taking themselves out, husbands out, and the children. It's like, and the suicide rates are through the roof. Like last few years, it's like, come on. I thought this was supposed to be heaven on earth. You're right. Why is everybody so fucking suicidal? And there's something seriously wrong with the social contract. There's something seriously wrong with the social contract. You know, that's the way I fucking see it. Like, and it's just not fucking right, man. And I don't know what it's going to take to correct it. I don't even know if it can be corrected. You know, I really don't. It's like this is our fate. To be honest, this is no fucking heaven. In my, it's almost like hell. It feels like what hell would look like, you know, on this planet. But thankfully, I do get out and get busy, so I don't think about it too fucking much. I hope you're doing the same. Let's see, did I catch up on the chat? Let's see, it's a little bit of Denny is telling Paul to piss off, thankfully with a lull. Um, Jimmy, did you get the video I sent you on Skype? I did, Denny. It was a load of bollocks, man. That's sheep farm stuff, man. Fucking hell, man. I don't buy into that crap, man. That's all fucking new age bullshit, man. I listened to the end like you recommended. I tried to listen to it the day before, right? And I got through about maybe 15, 20 minutes and I said, that's enough of this shite. And they said, no, then you said, listen to the end. I listened to the fucking end and said, what a load of bullshit. So, and I'm not against sheep farms. So I think they do some interesting work, like, you know. But as I say, like I'm at a point in my life where even the alt media can't move me. I'm so depressed with the alt media because I don't trust any of them. That's where I am now in my personal journey. I don't even trust the alt media. It's like the alt media just seems worse. It actually seems fucking worse than the mainstream media. At least with the mainstream media, with a little bit of searching around and doing a little bit of cross-referencing, you might be able to extract some truth from it. Like, but the alt media is very biased. It's extremely biased and opinionated, and it's not the type of information I like to digest. Although it can be interesting sometimes, but just but that esoteric stuff, I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but that's not where my headspace is. You know, I can't remember anymore what the fuck it was about. It was all about fucking esoteric fucking shit, man. And that's not where my head is. I was there. I was there about fucking 20 years ago with that esoteric stuff, man. And I slowly fucking weaned myself off it, like, you know, and I just want to see fucking life as it is, like, to me. And I don't buy into all this fucking esoteric bullshit. I really don't. I just it's kind of interesting, like, you know, but still, I just prefer my news. I'm just a news hound. I'm just a fucking news hound. I'm just not into all that sort of like hippie stuff like anymore. There was a time I used to have dreadlocks. I used to have fucking. Um, I used to be kind of like you might. I wasn't. I would never class myself as a hippie. I was probably more punk fucking rocker than anything else. Like but even still, like I wouldn't associate with it anymore. Like considering what's happened over the last couple of years, just like you look at all the fucking rock stars, the rebels over fucking time, and how they bent to the narrative, and actually not just bent the fucking narrative, actually went out and started promoting the goddamn fucking narrative instead of fighting the goddamn narrative like was their fucking previous role. Like, so that means there's something fucking wrong. There's something fucking wrong with in the with all these sort of like stars, right? All these so-called influencers. There's something inherently fucking wrong with them. I don't know as the way I see it is like they've probably all fucking been compromised by Jeffrey Epstein and fucking Ghislaine Maxwell at some fucking stage down the line, and they were eventually convinced that it was probably better for their future to toe the line. that's that's my take on it. So there's something wrong with all these stars, these people who are rich and famous from going up on stage and singing bullshit. I don't want to listen to anybody anymore. Not even musicians. I can't listen to them because it's just I just see sellouts now. I just see sellouts, and it's sad in a way, really. Like but still, it is what it is. They sold out. They sold out. They were quite happy to take a paycheck to go out and promote untested medical products. You know, they were very, very happy to do it. And I take great umbrage to that, really do. I'll never forget, and I'll never listen to one of them again. I think there might be one or two out there which probably didn't sell out, but I think the vast majority of them did. It's you know, so much for all the great rebels of their day. Fucking sellouts. Let's catch up. Ah, you Tony, mate. Are you well, bro? Thanks for joining in. Hopefully, and if I missed anybody in the chat, Sean, how you doing, Sean Hammer? How you doing, bro? Thanks for joining in. And if I missed your name, I'm sorry. I've been trying to keep up a little bit here, but sometimes it's hard to do. Stephen Owens, how you doing, bro? Cheers. Thanks. Nice to see you in the chat. Let's see, what's Sean saying? This is still. Yeah, let's see. I'll just fast forward to the chat anyway. So, come here. I'm gonna throw it up. Like we're at 23:18, and I was thinking about maybe shall I open the lines up? We don't do this very often, right? But I'll just let you stew on that. But I wanted to. There was one thing that I wanted to touch on, right? I've been saving this because I thought it was kind of fascinating. It's in relation to Tucker Carlson, and I haven't got my audio set up, so let me connect dash you. That'll do. And Tucker, obviously, like if you've been living under living under a cabbage for the last few months, you probably didn't realize Tucker got the boot off Fox News, right? And and it's kind of funny. kind of funny in a way, really. So this is Tucker Carlson, right? He's been a poster boy on Fox News for donkey's years. He's been the main staple, the so-called conservative voice of truth, right? and this is how he's known. Everybody sees Tucker as the voice of truth and the conservative voice of truth. And and you know what? There's something smells wrong about Tucker fucking Carlson, right? His old man, right? He was big time CIA, right? He was very, very high up in the CIA, okay? And Tucker probably ended up in media because he just didn't have he didn't have it like to actually operate in CIA, but he had enough of what it took to be able to work in media. Because like this is how it works. Like all these media stars, all these people, they're all failed fucking intelligence people. That's all they are, right? Failed intelligence people, right? They come from fucking good family backgrounds and stuff like that. So Tucker Carlson is no fucking different. So, but anyway, there was a fascinating interview with Tucker on some fucking weird little show. Very, very small little. Well, actually, I don't know how small it is. I just didn't do all the research into the the basics of the show. But he ended up talking about aliens, right? And um, and this is fascinating, right? Because like for a lot of us, like we've been sort of like wondering when they're going to start to bring out the fake alien invasion fucking shit, right? So what I've got here, it's just a 5 minute clip. It's 5 minutes, so just bear with it. Like if you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, I'm sorry to be putting you through it again. Like but it is quite fascinating. Like that Tucker will be coming out with this shit at this particular time. So just bear with this a second, and bear with me while if I can set this up because it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. And just listen to what he's talking about here. Just listen to the way he's talking about this shit. And and in the meantime, I can fuck this cat out as well too. So fucking annoying me.
And it was only in the past 5 years when all this evidence would emerge. And I'd be like, well, that's not true. It doesn't seem true to me. Like, I don't know what the truth is, but I can tell when someone's lying. It's my one gift. And I would see these people lying and I'd be like, why are they lying? Like, I know they're lying, but why? And so I really came to this like at the age of 50. That's very late. Like, I never for a second thought UFOs.
What changed your attitude at 50?
The evidence.
Which is what?
Well, oh my gosh. Pentagon was required by the last defense authorization bill to like produce some of their files on UFOs. And it turns out they have known about this since the end of the Second World War, which ended in 1945. Been a huge increase during the war as well. Huge increase in UFO sightings, in UFO crashes. And it turns out the federal government has been tracking this for 80 years and lying about it. So why? Well, that's a great question. I can't answer it. Theories, but I don't know. But here's what I learned. The first question is this real? Or am I just being a crazy person who's spending too much time on the internet? Well, this summer, we got a call. We didn't reach out. This person called us. Lexi, who's standing right there, who's a genius, one of our producers, gets his call from this guy who's a tenured Stanford medical school professor. And he wants to come on the show. Now, this guy has a couple patents, and so he's rich. And he's got tenure at one of the most prestigious schools in the world. So, like, he's not a flake. He comes on and he's like, 11 years ago, the US government reached out to me because I'm an expert on head injuries, on brain injuries, traumatic brain injuries. As a physician, they had all these court cases from families of US servicemen, over 100, who'd been killed by UFOs. The Department of Defense was refusing to give them death benefits or medical benefits. And he's like, so they're in the courts. And I was like, there are over 100 servicemen killed by UFOs? Like, what? He's like, yeah. And there are court cases about it. I'm like, why isn't this on the front page of the New York Times? I don't know. But he goes, I'm involved in it. I'm one of the researchers. I'm the expert witness in these cases. Holy shit. What does that mean? And he's like, for example, UFOs appear to be attracted for whatever reason to nuclear energy. So at nuclear missile bases in the upper Midwest, for example, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered submarines are all getting buzzed by these objects, including underwater. And in a number of cases, these things have landed on military bases, including famously in Germany, in West Germany in the 70s. And servicemen have approached them. Like, what is this thing? There's this like giant glowing thing on the base. And they approach and they get traumatic brain injury. Like they are rendered. Like, they get brain damage or they're killed. And he studied their brains. And they have, this is all totally real. This is the Department of Defense, dude. And they've all had this damage from some kind of powerful energy that we cannot identify. So then this guy's like, wow, he's just a scientist. He never believed in UFOs. He's like, this is real. I cannot believe this is real. This is like crazy. He should do research on it. He's still at Stanford. And it turns out that actually, yes, these things have been shot down and crashed, and the US government has the wreckage, and it's being held by defense contractors, Raytheon, Lockheed, which are big independent companies, but that work for the US government. They're really part of the Department of Defense, but they're separate. So you can't, their sunshine laws don't apply to them. You can't actually get information from them. It's a very tricky way to hide information. And they have the wreckage from these crafts. And I'm like, really? Are we positive these aren't like advanced Russian or Chinese? No, of course not.
Is it more like the government or whatever is just this good at hiding it, or people just don't care?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's too big for people to metabolize. Like if Prince Harry says something stupid, everyone's like, I can't believe Prince Harry. Because like that's manageable. You can like, oh, this douchey fake prince with his stupid wife from Santa Monica. Like I get that. But the idea that we're not alone in the universe and we're getting buzzed by these objects whose behavior defies physics, like that just explodes too many categories in my head. I just can't deal with it. And I think that's part of it. But I'll tell you this, the most interesting from my perspective, I don't know if it's a consensus, but a lot of people, serious people, not crazy people who study this stuff, US government employees, seem to believe that these objects are coming from under the oceans. So the conventional view is they're coming in from outer space. There's not actually a lot of, something enters the atmosphere, we can see it on satellite, and there's not any evidence of that actually. Maybe it's happening, but we don't know that it is. There's a lot of evidence these things are coming out of the ocean, including videotape of these objects coming out of the water at high speed, or even more amazing, descending at Mach 3 into the water. And then, of course, we have a huge submarine fleet. What the fuck? Then we have a huge submarine fleet, American, but also Chinese and Russian, underwater with pretty sensitive measurement devices, sonar, etc. And they have recorded these objects doing hundreds of knots underwater. So, let's just stop there.
Wait, what's knots?
It's 1.1 miles per hour. It's a way that we measure objects in the water. It's 1.1 miles. It's a little more than mile per hour, and a mile is a measurement that we use in the United States.
Right.
It's distinct from a kilometer,
Still
which
learning.
I think is very
Yeah.
common in Canada. But anyway, these things are moving at impossibly high speeds. So let's just apply common sense for 1 second. If I take a 45 ACP, a 45 caliber handgun, and fire it at you underwater in, say, a swimming pool, 50 feet away, you can catch the bullet because the resistance is so strong from the water that objects can't move that fast underwater. We know that, but they are, and they're moving without any visible means of propulsion. So no wake, no bubbles.
Where have we like tracked that?
All over the
speed?
world.
So, good old Tucker. He is he dropping a few truth bombs here, right? It's look, Tucker is a fucking gatekeeper, right? Always has been, and he didn't work under Rupert Murdoch for so long, and be allowed to say what he has been saying, because he's been touching on some very, very heavy topics. I have to say, no, it's not like he does hit on some major topics, but that's because he's allowed to talk about it. Like, he's allowed to talk about certain things. There's certain things that you're allowed to talk about and that they want people to fucking know. But the fact that Tucker is being dropped now at this particular moment in time, and basically now he's coming out and he's talking about fucking aliens, that's got my antenna pointing up. It's like it's like the Andorians on Enterprise. It's like, hold on now a second, right? You got this fucking highly mainstream fucker who allegedly is in disfavor now with his glorious Fox News boss, Rupert Murdoch, who was friends with Henry Kissinger, by the way. And to think that Tucker Carlson was allowed to say everything he has been saying for the last, since, say 2020, we just take 2020, but even going back, but like say from 2020 alone, right? Because he's covered vax shit and he's covered election shit. He was allowed to talk about this fucking shit because it's the counter fucking narrative, right? They need a counter fucking narrative. So now Tucker is in disfavor. He's now out of Fox News, and now he's moving to Twitter. He's going to be doing lives on Twitter. Hold on a second. So there's something big going on in the background here when it comes to fucking media, right? Something really big. And I'm not sure where it's going to fucking go. But how you doing, Mick Rame? Yeah, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. I got a thanks from and Timothy McPherson. How you doing? Did I miss any? If I've missed you, I'll say hello to you now, and I'll apologize if I just missed you in the chat, because sometimes I had to be multitasking here, and I try to multitask anyway as best I can. But Tucker is now coming out with this alien crap, right? This fucking alien shit, right? But he hit on a very, very pertinent point here in this fucking alien story he's trying to weave. The fact that they didn't come from outer space, right? And that makes perfect fucking sense in my eyes, because I don't think they do come from outer space, right? They're here, right? These aliens are here. They've always been fucking here. And they live below the seas or underground or somewhere. They're not they're not from outer space, right? They are I mean, if you go back and you look at the biblical research, if you look at some of the far out stuff, of some of the far out research that's been done on who our progenitors were and where we come from, you're left with one conclusion: that there were an advanced species on this fucking planet at one point before the last cataclysm. But from what I understand, there's been many cataclysms. There's been several. There's been about at least 3 major cataclysms in our history that we know of, right? So in my way of thinking, like when we think about like what the what was people who were analyzing the cartouches and stuff like that in Egypt, like where they found like stuff which resembled helicopters, stuff that resembled flying aircraft, stuff that resembled submarines. This stuff was all in our past. This is previous technology. We inherited this fucking technology. We're just catching up where we were in the fucking past. And we have helpers on this fucking planet. And this is the way I see it. Like, for some reason, we have survived, right? We shouldn't have survived, but we have survived. Our species has survived through several major cataclysms. Like we're talking about like absolutely ELE events, extinction level events. Like we've survived this, and we didn't do that without help. There's no way we done that without help. Absolutely not. You think about it, like it takes the average baby what 15 months before it even starts fucking walking. Like there's no way we could have fucking survived without fucking help. No way. So we have Tucker coming out now trying to explain to us that like these alien craft, they're coming out of the sea. That's no surprise to me, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure anybody who's been doing a bit of research into this, it's no surprise to you either. It's like, yeah, of course they're coming out of the fucking sea. They've always been fucking here, right? And this is the thing. But like at the end of the day, they were probably this fake alien invasion now that we're expecting to see at some fucking stage is probably coming into action now with Tucker starting to come out and talk about this stuff now. Why now? Why now? After the coup, they need something. They're going to need something bigger than the coup now the next time. Something I can't wait to see what it is. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be so fucking fascinating to see what they come out with next. So it's like the coup was brilliant, like, but the coup de grace, the coup de grace. What's it going to be? The aliens? It's like fucking hell. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what it's going to be. But I'm pretty sure it'll be good. I think it'll be a good story. It'll be perfect, and I'm pretty sure the majority of the people will believe it. Like they'll probably fake it as benevolent aliens coming to fix the whole lot. They're going to give us technology and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. There we go. We don't need to build windmills anymore. We don't need to be building solar. The aliens have come with very very special technology. This is not beyond the realm of imagination because I'm telling you. The technology exists. The technology is fucking there. It's in the backgrounds. They're just going to wait for the moment to bring it out because clearly oil is finished. They haven't been doing any oil exploration for as far as I can gather. They just don't do it anymore because it's getting harder and harder to find easy oil. I know there's lots of oil way deep down, but it's very very dangerous to get that oil out. It's very very dangerous. It's under very high pressure, and we've seen the effects of that. What happened in the Gulf of Mexico? Like God, what was the name of that? Disaster. What was that disaster that happened down the Gulf of Mexico there, where where a drilling experiment went fucking wrong? It went really wrong, and trying to tap that oil that's really really deep down under pressure. So, and we've seen the results of that, like So they'll try and avoid that. I think we've got new technology on the way very very shortly, and it's just a matter of just sitting tight. Let the LARP play out. Let the psyop play out, and in the meantime, just keep your feet firmly on the ground. Don't believe any of the bullshit. Just stay away from all the bullshit stories. The trannies are coming to get us, and the aliens are fucking just about here, and and the illegal immigration. It's all contrived. It's all fucking contrived. Like I mean, like we got major shit going. Well, there's not even major shit going on here in Ireland at the moment, but still, it's generating a lot of public interest. The migration issue. And we've got communities in uproar here at the moment. Like I think the other day, what's been going on lately in Dublin has been, I think it was on Pearse Street or somewhere like that. Like Antifa came in and they were helping migrants set up shanty towns in neighborhoods, and and then like you got the neighborhoods fucking in uproar, right? Uproar in the fucking neighborhoods. And I was looking at some of the videos of all this fucking uproar, and I was just looking at it like, and I was just thinking, there's only a few people there. It's like, I'm not even fucking seeing 100 people there. Where's the uproar? It's like, am I supposed to believe that this is some fucking major fucking organic fucking movement against fucking Antifa shit, setting up like shanty towns in fucking neighborhoods for migrants, and I'm not seeing the fucking uproar. I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing anything organic. I'm looking. It just looks like it's all fucking set up. It all looks like it's role play. It doesn't look fucking real. None of it. Maybe I'm just getting too fucking old for this shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like crazy, but. Anyway, yeah, Tony, catch you in a few moments, bro. Jenny is saying all these so-called UFO Regina are drones. No, they exist, man. They exist. There definitely is UFOs. They had the tech. They have the tech, and that was clear at the end of World War II. Nazi Germany. They were, if you want to check out some of the technology that they had back then, check out the Bell craft. I think it was the Bell craft. Check it out, man. The tech exists, right? Definitely. I'm not saying it's alien. I'm saying it's always been here. It's it's we're just catching up to the point where we can sort of like recreate what was once existed in the past. So we're just catching back up to where we were once before. Jimmy, did you see the lad arrested for having cartoon porn on his phone? I did. Robert posted a link to the story from the Daily Live. Yeah, Donegal Live, I think it was the website. Yeah, I seen that, and the poor Gossip. Imagine getting done for having cartoon porn. It's like, God. You couldn't make it up, man. You couldn't make it up. It's like, what? Like, and I'm supposed to. I don't know what to make of that story, man. It's just, how the fuck did they find that on your fucking phone? And is it illegal to have cartoon porn? Is it? It's like, I mean, any kid with a little bit of internet knowledge can go out and fucking find real porn anywhere on the internet, and it's probably okay, like, but a cartoon porn, I found that quite fascinating. I did. I found that really, really fascinating. So I don't know what to make of it. Come here. I'm going to open the lines up. I probably missed. I know I put a shout out and see if anybody wanted to fucking join, but look, I'm going to throw out. I'm going to throw out the link anyway, and come on in, have your say, get it off your fucking chest, whatever the fuck it is. Let's fucking root it out. And so. Way over time. So we got about 20 minutes left. We got less. We got about 18 minutes left, right? So I was going to end it at the hour point, and then I said, fuck it, we'll carry on till the fucking hour and a half. So we might as well fucking try to reach the 2 hour point, okay? So, but anyway, cartoon porn, definitely a no-no. Be very, very careful with your cartoon porn. It's like, oh God. I don't even know if it's real. Is it real? Is that another fucking LARP? Is that another fucking psyop? I'm at the stage in my life where I don't even know. I don't trust anything I hear, see, or read. That's where I am. It's like I just look around and just think everything just seems just so fucking weird and so unreal, and I don't believe anything. And because I tell you, what makes it worse is that I know what's going on. I know that there's a lot of psyops going on. I know that there's a lot of this IIA activity going on, this interactive internet activity stuff going on. I know that's going on, and that's why I'm so dubious about everything, absolutely everything. Even that particular fucking case in Donegal, I am dubious about, because of the fact that, like, I know that it's so easy for them to set up fucking something to make it look like something is fucking actually real, and that's why I'm just so fucking careful these days about what I'm reading. I have to say, like, even with Ukraine, I get a lot of flack from few people, like, about my stance on Ukraine, and because I changed my fucking tune about Ukraine, because I think I started to realize that, like, holy shit, man, maybe I don't have the fucking full picture here about what's going on in Ukraine. But I don't know if you heard, over the last 12 hours or so, several Russian craft flying craft have been shot out of the sky. I'm talking about jets and copters, right? I was only picking up on this just before I went live, so I haven't got all the full details yet, like, right? So all I know for sure is that I think up to about 4 or 5 aircraft were shot out of the sky in the last 12 hours. So I watch and listen to an awful lot of different channels, alt media channels, and I don't listen to them as much anymore because I've come to realize that this is just another fucking LARP. This is just these channels are just fucking. They're just on one narrative. They're just one narrative fucking channels. That all they talk about is one fucking story, just one story alone, which is Ukraine, and they're all pro-Russian, all of them. It's like this is so fucking weird, man. You know these, and some of these channels are channels that I used to respect very, very fucking well because they used to give good, balanced, impartial views on whatever topic it was that they were talking about at the time. And now it's changed. Now they're not impartial anymore. They're just they've turned pro-Russian. They've really definitely anti-West, absolutely anti-West, and they just laugh at Europe and they laugh at America and like, and of course the sun shines out of Putin's arse, right? And I'm just thinking, says something not fucking right here, you know. Um, where's my impartial channels going? You know, the people that I used to rely on for fucking sort of like, because I wasn't getting impartial information from the mainstream. You know, I used to. That's why I turned to. That's why I turned to alt media in the first place, was because there was a sense at the time that I was getting a little bit of impartiality and a little bit of balance back to the equation, like, you know. But clearly, the goalposts seem to have shifted. It's like, holy shit! Now my all fucking media channels are now fucking biased, and now they're not impartial anymore. And I'm kind of like, I'm at a fucking weird inflection point in my own fucking view of of all the media that's out there, this new media, this alt media that everybody holds up like to, you know, the alt media is where it's at. Like, you know, it's like, well, I'm sorry, the alt media is fucked. They're just as fucked as the mainstream. You know, they're either, in my view, they're either co-opted, compromised, or they're just in it for the fucking money and the clicks, right? Or maybe all of those issues all in one. Maybe they're compromised and in it for the clicks all in one. So I don't know. I think there's something strange going on in the media world, in the media sphere, and I'm thinking that, like, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the media. We got a new media coming online. It looks like we got a new media coming online. So I'm looking at Musk, Twitter. You got Rumble. And look, I don't know what it is that's going on in the background when it comes to the media and stuff like that. Like, you know, but to be honest, I don't think we can trust any of it anymore. I think we're going to have to decentralize ourselves, to be honest, and as best we can. And we can't trust any of them anymore. I actually have a visitor. I don't trust any of them anymore. I think we're going to have to decentralize ourselves, to be honest, and as best You've got a speaker on there, Regina. Anymore.
Oh yeah.
I actually have a visitor. You have decentralize ourselves. To be honest, you have a speaker. Oh, hold on. Maybe it's me. I actually have a visitor. You have decentralize yourself. Your speaker is on, Regina. Hold on. Maybe it's I'm
What did I
gonna.
do?
You got a speaker on there. I've muted you there for a second, Regina, because you've got a speaker on in the background, and it's a little bit strange. Can you fix that? Strange.
Yeah.
Can you fix that? Yeah, Regina, you've got a speaker on in the background there, and I'm not sure what to do with it at the moment. So if you could fix that first, please, and because I'm not sure how your settings are there, but yeah, turn your YouTube off. That's turn YouTube off, Regina.
Hmm.
No, that sounds better.
Oh, well, hello.
Hello. How you doing, kids? Are you well?
Oh, I love ya.
Yeah, cute.
Oh, hello.
So,
Uh,
thanks for calling in, and you've something on your mind.
well, yeah, Jason, very much.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Daniela and Emmy and all the Holmes family. Yeah.
And Watson.
And oh God, God help me, Watson. I love him to bits.
I always thought he was a cunt, but
I know, you fucking idiot. No, I love my cats. I love them, even if I didn't want them. I love my cats, so I can understand how you feel as well. I was
yeah.
going on to the after show, but I'm here now.
Okay, you're live anyway. We have about 8 minutes to go before the end of the show. So, don't feel that you have to stay on the show, like, but you're very, very welcome.
Ask me something. I might be able to help you. I might, with my grand experience.
Well, how do you nuke? How do you nuke annoying neighbors? I don't
Well, if
know.
you show me something, I'll nuke them. But I had gypsies. They came in once and they gave me what do you call it? Oh God! You know those tracking things, GSP trackers,
GPS, yeah.
GSP jammers. That was it. They wanted to sell me GSP jammers to stop these fucking neighbours stopping to come into my home. But I saw there was a 2,500 fine and 2.5 years prison sentence. So I said, no, thank you. And I didn't get that done. Yeah, because, yeah, I've just got to find a nice home somewhere else.
Yeah, it sounds like, and you've got no hope there. It's like it sounds
No,
like
I've got no family. They all died in these past years, and no, got no help.
oh,
My
that's
mum died
yeah.
suddenly, and
Yeah, the suddenly and unexpected is like it's been really crazy this last. I was tuned into John Campbell there. I think I was listening to him this morning. Like he had an update on the excess death. Like, and it still hasn't changed. I think over in England, like the excess death is still up around 22 to 25% above normal, above baseline, which is like, that's like, it's a very, very long time to be above excess. Like, it's like, if it was just a short term thing, like, but it just seems to be continuing on and without abatement.
Well, I had family here. I had family in Switzerland because I married into Swiss family. And I was listening to a lot of American shows as well. And then all my family died here. All my family in Switzerland died. And then Jason, then in America, 2 podcasters that I loved a bit just dropped dead, straight time as Jace. And
Really?
their
Who are
burial,
they? Who are they?
Zet Atman, I don't know if you know him.
No.
He was very into natural things, and he was a bit of a hippie. And then there was Croco from Chalk Body
Talk radio.
Outline. Sorry?
Talk radio?
When he was only 38 or something, and he dropped dead all of a sudden like Jason, and he had the same burial, the funeral, 2 days after Jason. So I was shocked after shock after shock. And then my neighbours were fucking pissing about with my electrics and my garden and my fencing, and I've just put up my house for sale.
Do you know what you need?
What, my sweetheart?
You need a flock of geese. Get a flock of geese, and I tell you
I
what,
had a goose. I had a goose.
I'm
It
talking
was
about
called
proper
Georgie.
geese. Get a
Georgie.
proper flock of geese. Nobody is going to come in near you anymore.
I had a lovely goose called Georgie when I was in Switzerland. Oh, he was gorgeous. But I think the fox got him.
Oh God. Yeah, you're gonna need
And my
some counter.
ducks.
You need some countermeasures as well too. Get a gun. Get a gun to deal with vermin.
Please. I had a pepper spray. I got arrested.
No way.
Yeah. I brought it back from Switzerland to England, and then I got arrested for it, and I got imprisoned.
No way.
Yeah. And I've got a lifetime ban from American people. Just upside down.
Wow. Well, one thing's for sure, Jane, it doesn't sound like you live a dull life anyway, that's for sure.
Off. We're going in and out, aren't we?
Pardon?
We're going in and out.
A little bit, I think. I think you're breaking up just a little bit, Regina. Just a little bit. Now, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's we can work with it. But at the end of the day, right, we are approaching the 2-hour mark, and I think it's customary. It's customary to end the show on the 2-hour mark. So, in the last minute and
I love
20
raccoons.
Yeah. So in the last couple of minutes, what we'll do is I'll just thank everybody just for joining in tonight and appreciate the support, and thanks for calling in. I don't know what's going to happen with Racoons. I really don't. I'm not going to make any decisions. What I've decided to do is I'm going to leave it up to you, the family, the Raccoon family, to decide what the fuck happens with this place. I'm not qualified to make a decision like that, but I'm glad to facilitate any meetings and any shows that can sort of like facilitate the making of a decision as to what the fuck is going to happen. So, look, I'm going to leave the ball in your court. I'm not Jason. I can't replace him, and I never would try. And but I tell you what, I have only one goal now at the moment, which is the 666, and we will get there, and then we will deal with what happens afterwards. So I'll thank everyone for joining in tonight. It was nice to see you, chat with you all, and we'll do this again next Saturday. Okay, I don't know about the time. Maybe I might do it a little bit differently. So take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.